My name is Timothy McLean. I am the senior pastor of Liberty Christian Church, and I'm sitting here with two of my favorite members of the church. They both are single moms, and I'm sitting here today. I want to ask them some questions concerning single moms and their tenure here at Liberty Christian Church. But before we get to that, I want them to introduce themselves and tell us how long they have been partners of Liberty Christian Church.
Hi, my name is Diane McCown, and I've been a partner at Liberty for going on 3 years, I think now, maybe two or 3 years.
And my name is Tanisha Wilcox, and I've been a member at Liberty for about 4.5 years.
About 4.5 years? You've been a little longer. Okay, so you've been around since almost like the very first beginning. So what brought you to Liberty? How did someone invite you? How did you hear about the church?
Okay, so I'm going to try to make this as short as possible. I was actually in between churches at the time. I was at another church, and it was time for me to leave, and God had been telling me that, but I was praying for things to get better where I was. And even though seemingly it was getting better, the grace to be there was gone. And so I left that church, and when I left, the pastor kind of had some words for me because he was a little upset I was leaving. And from that point, I just said, you know what, Lord, I like to go to church, but I'm not joining anybody's church. Like, I'm just going to go to church because I want to hear the word. I want to hear, the praise and worship. And so I started attending another church in Upper Marlboro, just being a regular saint, not being on ministry or anything like that. And so after being there for about 3 weeks, Holy Spirit began speaking to me and just, saying, you can't sit on your gift. And I'm like, leave me alone. Like, just let me be regular. I'm going to sit here. I'm enjoying this. I don't have any, constraints of serving, because where I came from, I served on so many ministries. And so when that pastor kind of gave me the words that he did because I was leaving, it just made me feel like, wow, like I've served, 150%, and you kind of rejected me, if you will, just because I said it was time for me to leave. So I didn't want to serve anywhere. And so a few more weeks passed by. I'm still attending this other church, but again, didn't join, wasn't a member, just attending. And so someone who I knew from working with them in music happened to give me a call, and they said, are you still at that church? And I was like, no, I'm in between churches right now. And so he said, so listen, I have a friend who has a friend who just started a church, excuse me, and I was playing for them last Sunday, and there was somebody there who, was singing, but they're not a praise and worship leader, and I know you are a praise and worship leader, so could you come out? And I'm not saying you have to join, but just come and, see how you like it. And so pretty much I came out that next Sunday to visit the church, led praise and worship. And from there, I knew that was where I was supposed to be.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. From an invite. Okay.
I learned about Liberty because I knew you guys from the previous church. So it took me a while to come because I wasn't going to church at all. And so when God began to share with me that I needed to get my son in church, that's when I came.
I remember the first day or during the first months that you were there, and I remember how your life was then, and I see how your life is now. And it is marvelous what the Lord has done in this short period of time, because you said in 2 years. Mm-hmm. And I remember telling you, if you just hold on for a little, I guarantee you things change. And I wasn't giving that guarantee because of me, but I knew that you would be obedient to the word and his promises would come to pass in your life. Can you just share with us here, because let me tell you this, I am pro single moms, because I came out of an environment where my mom was a single mom. And so I knew the struggles that she had to go through as a single mom, coming home from work, having to cook dinner, and having to raise a son. That's a challenge in itself, isn't it? I mean, a mother trying to raise a son, that's work right there. And so I know what single moms go through. So whatever I can do to relieve you guys of something, just anything, I'm willing. And we have a lot of men in the church who are also able and willing. So can you just share a little bit how things was and how things are now since you've been a part of Liberty Christian Church?
Okay, so when I first came, I couldn't even feed my son.